Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at NoGrease Barbershop, conveniently located at Northlake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. NoGrease Premium in Northlake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, NoGrease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at NoGrease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit NoGrease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. So some days, Mike always like to say, shout out to Ez. I spoke to Ez earlier today. He reminded me. When I win, I want everybody to know I won. Okay?
This is true.
And I'm going to get to...
definitely you.
Absolutely. Because I didn't have nobody telling me. When I was younger, my dad used to always say, like, yo, when you lose, you don't want to talk about nothing. But when you win, we got to weeks and weeks. Absolutely. So last week I had a good game, I felt like, or 2 weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? We did not focus on my comments about women not wanting their kids, even though I did have a girl hit me up and was like, yeah, we really don't want these niggas after a certain age. And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
It's not cool, but
it's a solid comment that you made.
Yeah, thank you. And that's like, who hair clip is this? For my wife see this shit and be like, yo, you got bitches hair? Oh shit. Women would get you tied up. Yeah.
Going in hot already.
I did talk about you to a client. She said she loves our podcast, and I might have lied on how young you want your girl to be. I do that on purpose. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You do. I don't mind it. It's a good joke. I don't care.
And she was like, nah, she said, tell Mike he needs a good, solid 34-year-old.
34 is a good age.
Yeah.
I've dated some 30. I've dated women my age. I date women my age. It's like, I'm not, Gav likes to run the joke that I like 20-somethings.
Yeah, I did. I said 20.
I do like 20-somethings also. So it's not, but I would date 30-somethings. I would date 40-somethings. I date 50-somethings.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a little cap. That was a little cap.
We was right there.
That was a little cap.
We was right there.
Hey, man, you say we lie on the pod, man.
Oh, I love the lies. From here on out, me and Mike have made a decision. We're going to lie. Because there's no need of telling y'all the truth. They don't care about the truth anymore.
Don't. They want to be entertained.
Absolutely.
Are you not entertained?
Exactly. So with that, we just going to keep lying, man. And then I am about to explain to y'all why we weren't here last week. But we'll get there, man. Hold on. Let's start off with my favorite family.
He was a basketball player, played for
such a pusher.
One of the LA teams. And
Khloe Kardashian,
us three were in the kitchen and we were like talking together. And I was like, my mom was not involved in the conversation, but her office was off to the kitchen. And I was like, so-and-so isn't calling me back, yada, yada. And we're just chatting. And she's like, what are you guys talking about, girls? And we're like, just this guy won't call me back. She's like, well, how many dates did you go on? I'm like, well, just like one or two.
Yeah.
Good
and
question.
she's like, well, did you give him a BJ? And
we
go,
were like, what?
And she goes, did you give him a BJ? I go, I went on like one or
date.
2 dates with him. No. And she goes, well, that's why he's not calling me back. And she just turned around and I'm like,
went back to her office.
Yo.
Oh, Kris Jenner's never beaten those allegations.
What, that she's the greatest pimp of all time?
Yeah, she's never beaten those.
I was about to just throw out the allegations. Kris Jenner, you are amazing. Because Kris Jenner never told this story.
No.
The fact that the daughter is giving this up is amazing.
Yes.
And it makes me believe everything. So I've been watching Choppa from the band.
Yeah.
And he's on his Slander Diddy tour. It really has turned into a Slander Cassie tour. And Sarah from Making a Band. He's been a chatty pat. I hate gossip.
Like Cassie, Diddy, Victim Cassie?
Yeah.
And then Sarah.
For Making a Band.
So he don't like anybody.
No, only person he like is Fred. But like, he's like Slam Diddy. And in the second half of all of his interviews, he's just explaining that, yeah, it's cool. And here's the other thing, Choppa, I want you to understand something. You cannot go around saying, hey, I was a minor on Making a Band, and then start talking about how many freak offs you were at around Diddy.
Yeah.
I want to let you know you trying to sound cool, but you are also admitting to crimes. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Let's see. Was he a minor? I mean, it's been so long since I watched.
Yeah, on Making a Band, he was 16.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he had to go back home for a little bit, and they brung him back up there because he had legal trouble, which is he explains, and he said when he went for the legal trouble, that's when MTV and them found out he was 16. He was like, they figured out only one person knew he was 16 the whole time. He was like, but when he had legal trouble, that's when they found out. And he always talks about I was around Diddy for a few years after that. So, but I'm just saying, and maybe you crossed that.
He was actually talented. I actually remember him from like Making the Band. Like he absolutely he actually could.
But he's been like such a chatty patty. But it's like, bruh,
well, that's what sassy dudes that grow up. That's what they are. Like that's who they are.
It is.
They pretend that they're these tough guys, but in real life, they're their mamas.
He told a story about how Sarah, how Genuine came to him and said, I'll let you sleep with these two girls in my room if you give me Sarah's hotel room number. And he was like, I just smashed the room. He was like, I was smashing the shorties. And then Genuine was like, can I get Sarah's room number? And he was like, next thing I saw him coming out of Sarah's room later. I'm like, bro, this is all bad. Like,
yeah, that is all bad.
Like, I'm like, stop talking. You niggas got to learn to shut up. And
yeah.
I'm going to try to stop cussing. But
don't pillow talk.
Please don't. And then I don't even know what was the point
unless
of the story.
Unless the woman is like, hey, you could tell this story.
Oh, the reason why I'm telling this story is because he said, yeah, you know, when I was in LA for a while, I was sleeping with the ugly Kardashian.
Well, she looked good.
So
she used to be the ugly Kardashian, but
it
took me a minute to be like, who's the ugly Kardashian? Because hell, they all look good now.
Well, you got to think the younger two were minors when he was popping. So it's only three.
Oh, see, I'm only thinking of,
you thinking of Khloe, Courtney,
and Kim, right?
Well, we know the two that's the prettiest.
Yeah, we know who the two pretty ones are. So that's what I'm saying. But they all look good now.
They do all look good.
Now. So that's what you said, the ugly one. I was like, damn, who? Oh, yeah.
That was his phrase. And I was just like, who says that about a random woman that has nothing to do with your story?
Especially when they done took off way beyond you.
Yeah.
Like, once a woman takes off way beyond you, like, it's almost like the body falls off. Like, bro, don't tell nobody. Don't tell. Like, you were smashing a girl, then like now she like a supermodel, bro. Like, you don't get any credit. Like, whoever Beyonce ex-boyfriend is, like, I would never tell anybody that I dated Beyonce. Because I'd be like, yo, she's so far away from me
that, yo, she can say she doesn't know who I am and I gotta say
yeah. And here's the thing, it's like, yo, if I did put in that kind of work and you do take off and I don't take off, like, yo, if you put in good work, she gonna reach back.
Yeah.
She gonna be like, look, man, I'm gonna connect you. I'm gonna get you hooked up. A woman will do something for you. I know we give women a hard time, but I give everybody all their credit.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, when women love you and care about you, bro, and when I say love and care about you,
not DDG,
you've given them orgasms. Well, They got a baby and she's mad, so she'll come back around. But like, if you get like, bro, women will always look out. Women would always be like, yo, that's my dude right there, because they don't want to see they good peen
go to waste
and homeless. They don't want to see that.
Because women will circle back and say, hey, I don't want to put an extra body on me. So just slide through. That's my favorite. My favorite Twitter game right now. Last month, it was when it's hot outside, I'm gonna recreate this photo.
Yeah.
This last week I seen a game, which I'm going to do. It's the top 10 best titties of all time.
Top 10 best titties.
You know that's my type of game.
Yeah, you love some boobs, boy. You are a breast guy.
And it was great because people are giving like the person and the time of year. Like, hey, it was Sofia Vargas in 1987. Like, and it's like
I would not know that list. But if you did flip it in reverse, I probably would know who like the best butts and when.
See, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna give out my list, and it was funny because I saw the list, and I'm with Karina, and she was like, "You gonna do that shit, ain't you?" I'm like, absolutely.
Who's your top? Just off the top of your head. It can change it later. Just off the top of your head.
Probably. What's her name from 007? Selma. What's her name?
Oh, Selma Hayek?
Yeah, it don't matter. You pick the scene.
I got you.
And then outside of that, Angela White, the porn star. She in the top 5.
Okay. I cannot pick y'all right now.
You don't got to. I ain't got to.
I'm gonna look her up.
Oh, shit. Nigga using our Wi-Fi. He using a podcast Wi-Fi to look up titties. It's amazing. Look, I want to welcome everybody to episode. It's either 172 or 173. Hold on, let's do this intro while Mike look up titties.
I'm Pastor Mike Will.
I am Gavin B. Welcome to service. Sit down. The Black Dads Club. What the hell is the point of this podcast? Let's do it like that.
If you are a black male and you're in a jam, hit me up. I'll get you out.
Trying to save black men.
We give black men a place to be seen, a place to be heard.
Sometimes I gotta push back because be lying.
They do, but so do women. So that's what makes the pod cool.
Strap in. It's about to be fun.
Black Dads Club. Now let's begin.
Yo, this is
Gav needs to be ashamed that this is his favorite porn star.
I ain't say she my favorite, but she might be up there. What's wrong with her?
Nothing. It's just Snow Bunny.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I have a thing that I don't share out loud.
Speaking of,
I don't watch black porn.
oh,
Not at all.
oh,
The only black porn star I know that's a woman is probably Jada Fire. That's how long ago.
I mean, I think porn stars stopped being a thing like soon as soon as Twitter hit. Yeah, COVID happened. Like soon as Twitter hit and like OnlyFans, like I could tell you, like I get like some of my I guess best Twitter feeds are like, I mean, they used to be amateurs.
Yeah.
Cause that used to be like my favorite category.
You did say that.
Yeah, they used to be my favorite category. Like, you know, and I thought like OnlyFans used to be that way. And like, you know, so they'd be on Twitter. So it was like, those are my favorites. But like now, everybody's professional.
Absolutely. And shout out to him. But yeah, I don't watch black because you know what? I don't want to recognize you and see you out and be like, yo, I know you. And then I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? And then you know what it used to be? Ryan and Ben is going to laugh at this. The titles of the black girls in porn used to be so degrading that I'm like, I'm not watching
That is true.
I'm not watching Ghetto Gaggers 719.
Yeah, none of that.
Like, what y'all doing?
None of that.
So-
No, I get it. That's fair.
We are going to get into some real stuff today besides our porn.
You know, I already say that men have porn addictions.
Kanye does. He proves that every day. And I hate that somebody pointed out that Kanye has porn addiction.
Is it porn addiction or is it just like horny?
If you go back and watch go back and listen to your favorite Kanye West albums, and you'll notice how he always talks about him loving sex and porn. And it does get weird for you. I want to say Joe Budden pointed that out. And I was like, no way.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to his first album is actually one of my favorite albums.
Yeah. And I don't think it's really it's like really after that. It's just like, all right. And then you notice how you keep having these failed relationships. Not saying that porn will cause that, but maybe.
I do think I think if you watch too much porn and, you know, goon too much, like, yeah, you're not really going to be able to, you know. Yeah, I mean, you see a girl, especially the same girl every day over and over again. Like, you do need to be horny for it.
Yeah, I think you're horny if you're going to like.
You gotta be horny. Yeah, you gotta be horny for it.
Going to AVN and all that extra
Yeah, that's just too much. That's just too much.
Shout out to all the porn stars that listening and the sex workers that's listening.
Yeah, sex work, real work. I support y'all.
Absolutely.
Love of the game hoes are the best hoes though.
Absolutely.
I love when somebody posts something that's like sexy. And then you click on their profile and it'll be no blue check, ain't no OnlyFans link. You be like, oh, you just love the game. You just an exhibitionist.
You just a pharmacist.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit. You work at CVS.
Love that.
Shout out to everybody that came to my graduation last week, which is nobody. Mike didn't come.
Gav also let nobody know. just give you a heads up.
Nobody came to my graduation. It does not matter anyway. Why? Because my kid threw up 2 minutes into the graduation. He threw up everywhere. It was disgusting. And I can't even say where we got food from because I like that place. So I just know not to take my kid back there. Plus, mac and cheese is weird for kids. Y'all be using that soupy mac and cheese, the fake shit. And it's just like, all right.
Yeah, man, because the cheese is expensive.
The egg's expensive.
Yeah, egg expensive, cheese expensive. Yeah, you know everybody cutting corners right now.
Oh, absolutely. And Trump is making money.
He's crushing it.
Trump, you are amazing.
Hey, man.
We'll get to you in a little bit. Maybe not.
That guy.
Trump is amazing. But shout out to my graduation that nobody came to. Shout out to my kid for throwing up so I didn't have to stay. And shout out to him being perfectly fine when we got home. Last week we didn't record because my kid got sick. Allegedly he had COVID. And I say allegedly because the doctor pretty much said, do you want me to write a note so he can go back to school? And I was like, I don't think you legally can do that.
Yeah.
But she was just like, yo, he got no symptoms. I'm checking him for everything. They gave him some food to see how his appetite was. He ate it within 30 seconds because I ain't feed him yet. And so she was just like, yo, I don't know why you here. But whatever, man. But we here. We back. Shout out to NoGrease, our favorite barbershop. I was there yesterday. Darnell, don't worry. I'm sending your money right after this episode.
That's definitely a friend barber.
Absolutely.
IOUs.
IOUs.
Hey, our sponsor does not have IOUs cuts, by the way.
Absolutely. But shout out to
100% Gavin.
Absolutely. I just forgot. And I was just like, he'll get it back. He good. Shout out to the greatest doctor of all time. The greatest Pan-African of all time. He shows up to the fight just ready to fight. He shows up just like, yo, we can go to battle right now. We can. Dr. Umar deserves every flower he get. The fact that he was arguing, Drewski and Dr. Umar is going to be the greatest thing ever. They got a whole skit thing they doing right now. It's not even a skit. It's like Dr. Umar just speak to people that ain't black and basically get upset, and I love it. But Dr. Umar had some issues this past week, man.
He's been had some issues. And we've always said on this pod that, like, low-key, not sure if this guy done made a couple broken home. And now we know.
We do.
We know for sure that, per usual, these pandering ass, these panda bears.
There we go. That's nice.
Yeah, these panda bears, they always deadbeats or abusive. And I'm not just talking about, like, sexual or physical, but some type of abuse, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's manipulative abuse, financial abuse. Every single time. Derrick Jackson, Ace Metaphor.
Shout out to Ace.
Now we at Dr. Umar. It's a couple more of y'all. And it's like, we get so sick of y'all.
Tim Ross next. Can't wait. The fall of Tim Ross is gone. Get me out of here.
We can't hate on somebody, man. You cannot hate on somebody. But yeah, I'm not a fan either. But it never fails. Anytime someone whole platform is based around what black men ain't doing, it's almost like right now, it's almost like they're describing themselves.
Oh, facts.
They're describing themselves. How many times we done heard this dude say, I need my 2 black queens?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need my 2 black queens.
Bro.
Dude, you done made you got 2 black queens. Take your butt home.
So what happened? So I heard one of his daughters is like speaking out, right?
Yeah, one of his daughters went on TikTok, and I think he done got a TikTok shut down. So I think she's on Instagram now.
I love when y'all do that.
And she done came in, and now she did say he paid child support. And and that this is not on the board, but this is a question that I have. Like, what is a deadbeat? Because it's like because I think the point of calling somebody a deadbeat now is just like, I don't like your father.
Facts.
And it's like, all right, what is the actual deadbeat? So allegedly he did pay child support, but she said that he never showed up for anything important. So I'm guessing graduation, birthday, things like that. Yeah. He went live and was like, you need to talk to your mama and have your mama come on live. And I didn't like that. That's that soft stuff, because it's like, yo, your daughter's talking to you. Yeah. If you're already saying that the mama's problematic, why do I need her here?
Why y'all on live?
22 years later, like, yo, like.
I find, I look at it, to me, a deadbeat is like, yo, you taken away all your responsibility. But then that means no child support.
Okay.
I'm tapped out. It's like what Anthony Edwards think he about to get off, but he don't know that he gonna have to pay for this kid. Like,
well, he gonna pay, but I think he's actually okay with the child support,
and I think he is.
Yeah,
I do. So,
which is crazy.
It's more crazy to say, are you cool with saying Dr. Umar ain't a deadbeat, but you cool with saying Anthony Edwards is, and they gonna do the same thing?
And that's why I'm like, okay, now we got to have a conversation on what's a deadbeat now, because Anthony Edwards, we're like, yeah, he's a deadbeat, but he is paying child support. Dr. Umar was paying child support. The child's calling him a deadbeat. Like, what is a deadbeat? If a man, and I guess I need the ladies to answer this.
Yeah, what's a deadbeat?
Like, what is a deadbeat? If a guy is paying you child support, but he doesn't want to see you or the child, does that qualify as a deadbeat?
Yeah, that is a great question. We're going to clip it.
Yeah.
I want to know. Because I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know. And I got something I can say, but I don't want her.
I would say a deadbeat is somebody that's not helping out in any capacity. So if a man is grabbing his kids, not paying child support, I don't think that's a deadbeat just because you're struggling.
Yeah.
Because a good chance he's struggling too. And, and if a man is paying child support and he never sees the kid, you are getting help. And why I don't like that dynamic, because, I'm anti-broken home.
Yeah.
But why I don't like that dynamic, you are receiving, especially if it's a man of means, right? And it means nothing to him because he got it, right? Like Anthony Edwards, like whatever he's going to be paying out in child support, I doubt if he cares. Like for the next 10, 12 years, this dude is going to be making $30, $40 million a year. I doubt if he really cares whatever he needs to pay, right? But does that qualify as a deadbeat?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't like
because we
empty-handers.
need to
And I
we need to
want
fix that. Because we do need to figure out like, okay, look, we know that two parents are going to be best. Well, two parents in one roof, you know, with commitment to each other is the best, right? Then after that, two parents without the commitment, maybe. Then after that, two parents outside of the home. Like there is a hierarchy of raising kids, but at the bottom, we calling guys deadbeats, and it's like, all right, well, it's almost like deadbeats is just people we don't like.
Absolutely. Well, if Halle have it her way, DDG gonna be a deadbeat, according to DDG.
Both of them are very problematic right now, which I think is just young relationship. Because I was like, I got where DDG was coming from, and then he made a video the next day where he was like, I'm not going to court, and it's like, well, dude, you know, you just can't pop up and grab your kid anytime you want.
Well, let me tell you something. I hate this generation, and hopefully DDG is younger than my generation, so I can.
I think I'm almost certain he's like 23, 24.
He act like it. The reason why I hate this younger generation because there's content over everything.
Yeah,
and so
he's 27. He's getting close to that.
He might be right there with me.
Yeah, he's getting close to that. You need to like, come on, bro, act right.
You know how you get caught up. You like right at the cusp of like a generation.
Yeah. That was me with Generation X. Like I am Generation X, but technically I'm whatever's behind it.
You damn near a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's tough because them 27-year-olds, they damn near could be 25, 23. And the reason why I say it like that is because DDG has been going live with his family. You know, because that's a new thing. Let's make content.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it, but his sister and her
boyfriend,
and the boyfriend like pushed his sister.
Yeah.
And DDG dad is there, and then she go to DDG later and was like, "Yo, we about to go to the car. We about to go to the bed somewhere." Like insinuating they about to get it cracking. DDG is like, "Yo, get out of my face." And it's like, I know all this is fake. And the reason why I know this is because me and I don't want to put it all on me, but we here now. Me and the wife was talking. I was like, How many times you think I get to put my hands on you in front of your father or your brothers or even my dad?
Yeah.
Before somebody go, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
I said, everybody in their house was just looking like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, this is all content for me. And then it gets to the kids. So I got to ask myself, is this real or not?
Is it real or is it content?
And when Khloe comes out and say, yo, Halle is who y'all think I am.
Yeah.
Which lets me know that Halle, you should go ask your sister what she meant by that.
Oh, we already know what she meant by that.
Absolutely.
We don't have to pretend we don't understand what she meant.
Absolutely. And then it's like your sister, you know, they pulling up old videos of Halle doing speeches and like nobody's gonna come between me and my son.
Yeah.
She doing the, you know, mom empowerment bullshit. And then it got me looking at DDG and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you made a tweet, and I'm seeing if you're gonna get there, about don't have babies with women that you don't want to marry.
Yes, that's the biggest thing right now.
Absolutely.
Is, you know what? If you don't want to marry a woman, don't make a baby with her.
Please don't.
Just because it's going to end up exactly where they've ended up at, right? And it doesn't matter how much you like her. It doesn't matter how great the sex is. It doesn't matter if y'all both good people. I think individually, they're both great individuals, right? Like, I think both of them care about their child at a very, very high level. But you know, when you have selfishness involved, right? Now we're starting to use the kid as a proxy or a pawn. And when he said he didn't want to go to court, I was like, oh, you're playing games too.
Yeah.
Because you rich. You can afford it. A lot of guys don't go because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
All right. What you want is the ability to be like on a Friday, hey, I want to grab my kid tomorrow. Because low key, you know she been gone since Wednesday. You know mom got the kid.
Yeah.
And you know she getting the back blown and you trying to inconvenience her. Like, that's all it is. And you like, yo, I want to come grab the kid on a Saturday, right? And then drop the kid off on Sunday. Bruh, you ain't even giving her enough time to have a break, right? So it's like, on that, I have to defend the women. Like, yo, we do need some kind of consistency.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I'm like, when he said he didn't want to go to court, it's like, look, I get it. She's an actor. You're a streamer. That's my alarm to remind me to grab my son from school. But I'm kid free this week. But I do have an alarm set because sometimes you be working and you be like, oh shit, I need to go grab my child.
I got a kid. I got a kid. That's funny.
But back to like DDG, I think when he made that second video, I was like, oh, you like the drama. And that I don't like. Because bruh, I want to shoot you bail.
Yeah.
I really, really want to shoot you bail.
That's what Mike do.
Yeah, I want to shoot you bail, but you playing games.
I should have played the shooting me and bail clip on. What's up with Neo, man?
Neo is making Polly looked stressful. I used to think I wanted a lot of women. Watching Neo, I don't think I want a lot of women anymore. He looks stressed out. They don't look happy. I don't know. Maybe 4 is just too many. Maybe 2 is the magic number.
Well, he got the 4, and then he still got to deal with his baby moms.
Yeah, like that's he looks stressed.
As he should be. Neo is a goofball to me because why do we know all this is going on? Why
This
do you
is
keep
true.
recording this?
This is
Like,
true.
What are you doing?
It's like you still want to be cool.
Mm-hmm. And Neo, as a fan of your music, as a fan when it wasn't cool to be a fan of your music, you were never cool. And that's okay.
But here's the thing with anybody who can write a song for Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
and then simultaneously write a great album for them. What was that, Year of the Gentleman or whatever?
Yeah, it was before then.
Before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, bruh, you don't have to be extra for anything else.
Nah,
You can just be yourself.
absolutely.
And it's like, I hate that a lot of guys, like, I don't know, maybe it's the lack of fatherly parental influence, but a lot of guys really they don't know how to just be themselves.
yeah.
Like, you don't have to be anybody else. You don't have to pretend to be anybody else. To your point, if you're not gonna go on what's the new crap black network now? Zeus? Like, if you're not gonna make this for Zeus, Neo, what's the point?
What is the point?
Like, go make content for Zeus then. Like, if you want to do this, at least do what the Kardashians are doing.
Well, you need Kris. She got to pimp you out.
Kris-
You a bad pimp. Neo.
Yeah, Neo's a bad pimp. Kris is a good pimp.
And then what pissed me off even more, like I stood with his baby mom when he was like, yo, I'm introducing this to my kids. I'm letting them know. It's like, bro, that was so goofy to me.
That is goofy.
Because, all right, you doing poly, cool. You got young kids that don't, if this not a real lifestyle for you, you've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? You trying something out, you just adding bitches to the equation, cool, and then you bringing it around your young kids, and then your high school kid, which that might be even worse.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And also it's expensive, right? I hate when dudes be doing things and it's like, yo, I'm just crushing it. I'm cool. And you be like, nah, show the check.
Yeah.
Yeah, show the tab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you show the tab, it's like, yeah, bro, like if you spending $17,000, $28,000, $40,000 a month to maintain for women, yeah, most men, A, either not gonna ever make that kind of money, or B, if they do, be like, bro, I work too hard to just piss away
on pussy
this kind of money just for extra sex. And according to him, like, it ain't even like he spent 7 days with each one and then bring them all together. So what are the other 3 women doing in the 21 days that they not seeing
getting
him?
their black back blown out by somebody else? But I swear, you entertainment niggas is so goofy, and I feel so bad. But once I get there,
I hate that that's just. I hate that we don't have more of just normalcy, right? Like the only ideal of the community, and is what we see on Twitter and Instagram and Zeus, right? It's like
Zeus.
Yeah, it's like it's not really. Like, we don't really get to see what we look like, right? Like most blacks, when it comes to culture, it really starts at, besides the home, but it's college, right? Yeah. Like, even if you don't go to a black college, if you even go to a PWI, right? Your spring breaks, you're clicking up with other blacks at other schools, including people at HBIs, right? You're doing the summers, right? You're doing the internships. You're doing the graduation trips, right? Like, that becomes your culture, right? Even for people who don't go to college, right? They're at spring break.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a college thing. Like, they're still there. So it's like, that is the culture, right? That's young culture. And then most of those people go off to be professionals. And it's like, we don't see none of that. We just keep seeing the entertainment BS when it comes to black culture.
It reminds me about when they said Mona Scott Young wanted to put Bobby Valentino on the show. And he was like, well, my dad is a lawyer, my mom is a doctor. I don't know what y'all gonna get from my family. And they were like, all right, never mind. It just reminded me. He was like, I had to tell her. He was like, so they started putting him on there. Yeah. But he was like, yo, my mom. And it reminds me when I was watching Judge Mathis reality show, the most boring show ever.
Yeah.
Because Judge Mathis is there hanging out with his wife's family, and he's, she's running the foundation. His kids are actually lawyers, and they were trying to stress about his kids' dating life, and he was on there like, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
it's like we need to see more of that. But
our culture is just regular professional. And look, here's the thing. Even if you're not college educated, a lot of us have trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a lot of us have like self-employment business, trades, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not this Zeus life that y'all keep showing. It's like, that's not our culture. But if you go to Twitter, that's our culture.
Oh, facts. I named this segment, fake mad news. This is the shit that you niggas out there online.
I like that. We need to make that an actual segment, and then you just clip it and play it every week.
Yeah,
fake things that we're mad at. About.
Yeah. To start it off, let's talk about Zoe at the Oscars. Now, I watched
black.
I watched the Oscars, and Zoe got up there, and she won a movie, I guess for like a Spanish movie or whatnot.
Yeah.
And so Zoe got up there, and you know what she did? She started screaming.
Is that her first Oscar
win?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave it to her for a foreign movie.
Yeah.
Hollywood is what they would backhand slap you.
Well, I mean, you saw what they did to Beyonce.
I'm telling you, they will backhand slap you. Okay, but go ahead.
We're gonna learn you. So Zoe wins, and she gets up there and she thanks her Dominican family. She thanks her abuela. She just went in on there and she said, "I'm the first Dominican recipient of this award." And Black Twitter, and I'm not gonna call out Black women and the gays, but that's who it was who was all upset. They was on fire.
Yeah.
And are they right or wrong? They were mad because Zoe has been telling us she black all this time, and as soon as she went for a Spanish movie.
Well, I mean, here's our thing, right? We know Zoe through Drumline.
That
right?
is true.
That's how
Fair.
we know Zoe.
That
and
is
we
fair.
fell in love with Zoe. So
Yes.
she's always presented herself, somewhat as a Black American.
Absolutely. Even in the roles where she plays, like the movie where Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
played Bernie Mac's
She played
daughter.
Bernie Mac's daughter, right?
Yeah.
And look, she's an actress. I get it. You act whatever's put in front of you. But here's the thing. As a culture, right, we've been tribal. And as a culture, we've been like, hey, if you come here, and again, this is to the detriment. I hate to be serious all of a sudden after we done talked all this mad cash. But to the detriment of the Black community, right, we was very, very inclusive, right? If you came here and you had the same skin tone. Matter of fact, most of y'all was darker because most Blacks are way more mulatto, which I know y'all hate that term, than anybody else in the world, right? Like it's Afro-Americans and Afro-Brazilians are the same complexion. Nobody else in the world has that complexion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, Zoe's even darker. So it's like when you come here and you darker, you was like, all right, we were bringing you into the fold. And it's appreciated until you ascend the way you want to ascend, and then you're like, me no black. So, but I'm not. Am I mad at her? Right? No, I saw how problematic Zoe was. I mean, a decade ago. So
Really?
It's like, yeah. I mean, you see who she married. You know what I'm saying? Like you see like the circles she rolled in, and I like. Here's the thing: anything that she's in, I watch. Right?
Yeah.
So she's a good actress.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't like. As much as I don't like her because of the ethnogenesis that Afro-Americans are dealing with right now and people that have cosplayed as has benefited from it, I can't deny that I love Lioness, right? I can't wait for the next season of Lioness to come out. Columbiana is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies, man. it's like one of my top 5 movies, man. So it's like, as an actress, and then she's gorgeous.
She is.
Right? Like, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, fuck her. And then like she's not ugly. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
So I just hate that we created this problem.
I was gonna go there.
Yeah.
This is my problem about Black people, and I'm just gonna echo what you said. Y'all niggas need to stop going to the DR and saying, yo, they Black. Stop that. I had a whole argument with somebody last week about who did I say? Oh, I was having an argument about Tyler.
Yeah.
I love Tyler.
I love
I dislike
Tyler.
Tyler a lot.
Yeah,
I love to see her. I love her to sing. I love her when she
don't really have nothing to say though.
as soon as Tyler started talking, she get on my damn nerves.
she don't have much to say.
And I told
She
somebody,
ain't got to though.
I said, Tyler reminds me of somebody who's cosplaying as an African American.
Yeah.
Or Black in America, and this person was on my ass. Of course, they had a African flag in their profile.
Yeah. I be on my African brothers. Like me and my brothers from West Africa, we get into it all the time.
Yeah.
Because I tell them to have their problems is, I was like, all your smart people, they hate when I say this, but I was like, all your smart people are in other countries. That's why those other countries excelled, right? I was like, it's a brain drain. And they hate it, right? For obvious reason, right? Because I'm saying it like, yo, all your brilliant people are here and they're not over there. But I always tell them, I was like, I would never get into a diaspora war because at the end of the day, we all are family. But I was like, y'all do have to expect and respect the fact that, and I'm going to start using the term Afro-American, because that Afro-American was the term that blacks liked during the civil rights movement. It was Afro-American, blacks, then it was African-American, which they really didn't like, surprisingly, and colored. Colored was at the end, obviously. But they really didn't like African-American. So I'm going to start trying to be more intentional saying Afro-American. But what I was telling the brothers in the diaspora, I was like, we're experiencing an ethnogenesis. And I was like, y'all have to be honest with yourselves. The reason why y'all don't like it is because y'all get to cosplay it.
Yeah.
And then, and we're telling you now, cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Be who you are. We'll all be black. But Afro-American, that's us.
Yeah, and so it bothers me because, like, I feel like every time I see Tyler, she's
cosplaying. Yeah.
And so cool. We got into that. And I say that to say, black people, we keep going to other places and being so inclusive to be like, okay, you one of us. And the first thing, everybody took their little happy ass to the DR, saw everybody down there was dark skinned and said, yo, they us. And you got this issue, right? So in their countries, and I know there's a whole thing about nationality,
race,
group,
ethnicity,
all that. So when I saw Zoe get up there and do all that, me as a person who knew she was Dominican, I'm like, if you ever speak to anybody that's Hispanic or from the islands, they're very proud of who they are, where they're from. It didn't bother me per se, but I also understand that, when some of y'all, we need to get better black actors out there. So when Zoe shows up and she wants to play Bernie Mac's daughter, let's get an actual
Afro-American
because
that can play.
Christopher Nolan keeps playing fucking Moses, and I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever he played in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that we got to just stop letting get off. Like when everybody was mad that Idris wanted to be James Bond. I wasn't mad at white folks saying, yo, James Bond white.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, the family that owns James Bond, why don't y'all just create a 006 and a 008 and a 007 is just a designation.
I know.
Like, that's all it is. Like, there's a 001, right? Like, just create it. Like, if they create that franchise, that'd be so dope, though.
Yeah, but you know how they go.
Yeah, people are stupid. Fake mad news. That's, as you say, fake mad.
Fake mad. DOECHII said that the biggest red flag in dating is for straight black. Oh, no, she said straight. Did she say straight black or straight men?
No, she said straight men.
Good.
She said
good
straight
thing,
men.
DOECHII, I was about to put some steam on you that you didn't deserve. Even though they already kicking your back in. Why was this a problem?
Because she didn't nuance it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do the reverse, right? If I was to say the biggest red flag is gay black men, right? Mm-hmm. I would get my back kicked in, right?
Absolutely.
Now, but if I nuance that and said, hey, as a gay black man, the biggest red flag is another gay, right?
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. And DOECHII didn't nuance that. DOECHII, look, I know everybody's trying to pretend they know who you are. You're new to the music scene. It's your first year into the music scene. You know
that's not true, but yeah.
I mean,
first big pop year.
First big pop year.
Yeah.
In the scene, and it's like, when you come on, we don't know that you are, gay, bi, whatever you are. Like, you have to nuance that, right? Because let's be honest, everybody has a problem when it comes to discrimination, right? Because discrimination is, you don't like me for just being, right? Mm-hmm. I haven't done anything. I just exist. Mm-hmm. And when you say, hey, I got a problem with straight men, well, straight men are just existing. Yeah. They're not doing anything.
They're not doing nothing.
Yeah. So that's why, people now, people hate the whole agenda thing, and you can argue whether or not it is or not. I argue that it is something that's behind the scenes that's kind of pushing things for certain reasons. Personally, I think the best way to get subservient, strong, powerful men is to make them ladies. And so I do think that is a thing. I think that society would love nothing more than strong black men being ladylike. And but that has nothing to do with orientation, right? I'm not saying like who you boinking. Yeah. But I do think that like that is something that's going on in society. And I think when DOECHII says what she says, straight black men felt the way because she's a black woman talking to another black woman. So it is an inference there. Is it, if I'm sitting there and I'm talking to another black guy and I say I hate fat women, right? Mm-hmm. White women ain't really feeling that, right? Who's gonna feel that? Black women. Black women gonna feel it.
Yeah. DOECHII, you are new to the game. I love you. I love the album. I said that. I think it's you and Lotto as far as rapping goes. Who can?
You think Lotto can rap?
Lotto can absolutely rap.
I do think she's talented, but I don't. Why don't she really? She'll really go hard though.
She do, but she is nobody is literally as far as rappers go is Nicki, DOECHII, and Lotto's. Like it's not a lot of great female rappers. You heard Ice Spice shit. You know what I'm saying? Cardi don't want to rap no more.
Ice Spice is like she just got some work done. She showed it off this weekend.
Always.
Yeah.
And then but DOECHII, they setting you up. First of all, you ain't doing the real hot ones challenge. I mean, you're on the network, but you're not sitting. I think his name is Sean. So it's weird. And then they are gonna set black women up to answer the questions that black men are gonna have offense to.
But here's the thing. They don't like the culture right now is anti-black misandry, right? Mm-hmm. It is kicking black men's back in, right? Mm-hmm. They asked Tyler. Oh gosh. They was like, "What's your favorite thing about black men?" Right?
Oh yeah, when she's on the BET Awards.
Yeah, and it caught her off surprise.
Oh,
here
y'all go making excuses for this.
Well,
bitch.
she's not, I wouldn't say Tyler's a thinker. She's a looker, right? So it's like, but she maneuvered out of the question, right? But that was a moment and an opportunity for it to go left or right? Mm-hmm. And I think DOECHII got hit with the same thing, right? And it's it's going left. So we do have to admit that, the culture is like, hey, if you say something controversial about black men, the algorithm is going to eat it up.
Yeah, and then also, I think DOECHII understands that black men aren't her audience. I do think, I ain't trying to be funny.
Yeah.
There's an audience out there for the LGBT community and women only. There's a whole community. Nicki Minaj got famous off of that. We don't want to give her. Lady Gaga got extremely famous.
No.
Madonna got extremely famous off of that, right? Now, what's the difference is who I think DOECHII is most like is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was hanging out with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? She was standing right next to Lil Wayne, who's fish grease at the time. There was a time when Nicki Minaj was more famous than Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she's standing with these people, and Nicki was like, yo, I'm not scared to go to the cypher and hang around dudes. She's certified. You know what I'm saying? So I think DOECHII, you got to learn to jab step that. But, and also, you got to put draws on. I don't know if you saw it. She was on some fashion thing.
Yeah, I saw it. That's intentional. It's to send them viral, man.
That shit was smooth.
They do that on purpose, man.
Yeah, man. That shit was
not really my type.
I got a great joke right there. What's not your type? And I can't say it.
I mean, infer.
I did. I mean, I can't. No, I can't. I can't. I ain't gonna do that because I love DOECHII. Shout out to TDE. I don't know if you know that DOECHII signed to Top Dog.
Yeah, I know she's signed to Top Dog. Top Dog is they on the run right now.
They are.
They on the run.
Greeks versus gangs. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah, I saw that dumb shit
by Joe Budden. I lit their ass up.
Yeah, I saw that. Is Jim Jones was he on Joe Budden?
He was the follow-up episode.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, because I had saw. I don't know if it was on Breakfast Club or Charlemagne, but I did see I seen what Jim Jones was comparing it, and I must say it's actually a decent argument. It was actually it's a dumb idea, but I'm saying his argument though, if he was in court, he actually made a good argument.
So this is the thing. So let me fill everybody in. Yeah. So we RIP to that young man who went to the school who was pledging and he died.
Yeah.
Also, word otherwise, if somebody dies, they're doing an autopsy. So y'all.
How about y'all stop physically and sexually abusing people that are online? Period. How about we just get back to interviewing and I don't know
GPA scores?
Yeah, maybe. like GPA score.
Can we do it?
It's just a fraternity or sorority. You're not a gang for real.
You really not. So and I'm not gonna. So anyway.
Yeah.
That happens. And so what happened is Joe Budden and them are having a conversation and it's a group of men and Ice, shout out to Ice. We still got to interview you, Ice, but I'm about to kick you back in. Ice had this thing where he said, yo, I think they're very similar to gangs.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the room was kind of like, yeah, besides Ish, he was kind of pushing back. And Dr. Mark Lamont Hill was not there.
Yeah.
And so that conversation is funny because Jim Jones was just on the Breakfast Club, maybe the day after, or whatever, and he made the same comments. And then Jim Jones went on Joe Budden. Now, I was lighting y'all asses up in the community because I think this is the world's worst argument ever. And
it is a disrespectful
argument. And one thing I told, first of all, I don't like a group of men sitting around talking about gangs and nobody's in a gang. That's one thing. None of those,
or at least a sociologist.
That's why I'm mad that
At least, yeah.
if Mark Lamont Hill was there, this conversation wouldn't have been a conversation. I don't like a group of men who are not in gangs talking about gangs. I also don't like a group of men, none of which are in frats, to be sitting around talking about frats and comparing the two. Also, only one person in that room has ever been on a college campus and took courses, and that was Ish. And Ish was the one who was like, nah, they not really the same.
Yeah.
But he was just overpowered. Now, the follow-up is, like I told a lot of people in the community, if we get Big U, for those who not know, he was one of the founders of the Crips. He was early there, right? We sit him down in a room with somebody, let's say Steve Harvey, and you ask them, are their organizations similar? They will both laugh at you and walk you both out the room. And I think that's what I was trying to get across.
Yeah.
Like, hey, one group led the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Another group made sure crack got to everybody in the hood. And I think that was just such a and I was actually very mad at this conversation. I was going in.
They're not close, and people that try to conflate the two is always it's always going to be the lesser than trying to conflate itself to the greater than. And I mean, and if you want to know, gangs will be the lesser than, fraternities and sororities will be the greater than, because those organizations were created out of necessity during an apartheid, but for people that was actually trying to get an education and do better. And I'm not the biggest fan or supporter of fraternities and sororities.
Nah.
Or the ideal of Greeks anyway. Like we should have our own thing. I'm so sick of backing and biting somebody else's thing. But I get it. Look, at one point in time, I almost played, so I get it. I'm not gonna bang on it. I got family members that are in fraternities and sororities. So, but the whole gang thing, like they're not close to being similar at all.
They're not,
and we don't even need to have the fake bad faith argument, because it's bad
stupid
faith.
Too many of you niggas have lost your girl to one of them house parties, and for that you are forever mad at frats. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Too many of y'all, and I've seen it, and I've seen where you drop her off there, and because I know I wasn't going.
If you drop your girl off to college and you ain't going to college, she gone.
Oh, facts.
She's gone.
Yo, wrap it up, bro. Like, go ahead and cancel that.
Yeah, she's gone.
Nothing's worth. Never mind. Shut up. That's the end of our fake mad segment. If you got anything that you want us to that upsets you, just send it to us, and we gonna say if you're fake mad about it. I'm gonna make this quick. Y'all making sure that Diddy get off. This whole allegation of Odell Beckham and Drewski was messing around with a girl. They R-word her with not Drake. Ooh.
With Diddy.
With Diddy.
Yeah.
Y'all making sure. And at this point, I wonder if Diddy is making sure fake allegations.
That came out of such left field.
Bro.
I think everybody was just like, this makes no sense. No, sorry.
We're good on this.
We don't even believe it. That wasn't even like a fake outrage. Like, people were just like, yo, we don't dislike either one of these guys enough to even make this a story.
Yeah, it's like it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip past this because me and Mike, it angers both of us. You YNs got to do better.
Sassy ass boys, man.
Y'all took a dad and his 5-year-old daughter is the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we need more black police chiefs, and y'all need to have like police on the force that enjoy wild stuff, and just be like, hey, just take your body cams off. Like, it was no need to even bring those two guys in. I'm sick of that mess. And at some point, as a community, we have to decide, what are we going to do, right? Because these young boys are coming from, it's dysgenic breeding practices. First off, we have terrible men having babies with stupid women, and I'm like, that's all it is. Then y'all reproduce, and then this unbridled sassy ass kid grows up that can't throw a straight or a right or a hook or uppercut. So the only thing he can do is pick up a weapon.
And coordination be ass.
Yeah,
already.
and then you can't forgive, right? You can't talk out of anything. You can't negotiate. You can't compromise. And we have a part of the community right now that we just need to cut off and out from the community. I am sick of it, right? I couldn't even watch the video. What I wish the police chief, and I said we need black police chiefs, because we need fairness, right? I don't need this ideal of like, oh, any black man to do. But because that's what was happening during the apartheid when we were being genocided. But these young boys, you don't deserve to be here, and you are a blight on the community.
Absolutely. Sports, before we get out of here, Stephen A. Smith is a 9-figure guy.
That's insane.
It's actually congratulations.
But you know what though? When you carry water,
it come with some rewards.
When you carry water, like he did it, he got it.
Yeah.
But you still
a water carrier.
Still a water carrier.
See, I'm trying to help Mike out.
Yeah, he's still a water carrier, bro.
You know, I was actually happy for him when I saw this because I remember when the numbers first was coming out. I'm like, ain't no way,
dude. I mean, that's NBA money.
That is NBA money.
And but here's the thing, he doesn't move the needle like that.
Well, sports media is so bad right now. It's like, what you gonna do? You can't afford for Stephen A. to go to Fox. You can't afford for him. I don't even know what else is out there.
I mean, perhaps Shannon is making so much money that they're like, hey, we gotta throw these golden handcuffs on Stephen A. But we don't. We never disliked Shannon, right?
Never.
Like that's why Shannon is able to blow up is because we never disliked him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us actually disliked Stephen A.
Facts.
Like even before the LeBron shit, like a lot of us just like that guy right there. I don't like him, right? You know, something about him. So you know, look, big ups to him. Like look, I told you I love when a hustler get their money. Big ups to him for getting the check. But yeah, he's still a water carrier, man.
Yeah, and then this whole LeBron thing. Shout out to us for being right. When we right, they don't ever say it.
No, they never. They never.
We told y'all that I'm pleading you as a father was a dog whistle. It was not. It was just off base. Like you can't do that. And what did LeBron say?
Yep.
He said to Richard Jefferson when he said that bullshit of pleading to you as a father. Do you support LeBron rolling up on Stephen A?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the middle of a game?
Yeah, absolutely. When I see you. Like that's all it is. It's like and anybody that's like, Bronny is a fair target. We've never talked about a second round draft pick. We don't even talk about first round draft picks.
He don't talk about Bronny's playing though.
Yeah.
Bump that. Even if you wanted to, talk about him playing.
Yeah, like it's not something that we do. So everybody understands that when you take a shot at Bronny, what you're really trying to do is take a backhanded shot at LeBron.
Absolutely.
And it's obvious that it's pure hate, right? I don't care. Okay, he got his son in. What parent do not get their child in when they can at any organization, any company? Most guys who are making it to the NBA because their fathers made it, right? That sometimes aren't good, right? They might and sometimes they become good. Like Jalen Brunson is a good example of that.
Great example.
Like he played at Villanova, nobody knew who the hell he was when he got drafted. I know he played with the Mavs. I don't know if they drafted him. Nobody really knew who he was until that year he blew up.
Yeah.
But he was in the league like, 3-4 years by the time that happened?
My problem with it is ESPN has made it very clear. Cowboys, LeBron, the Lakers is next, right? And then Tom Brady when he was there.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. Yeah. We're going to figure out a way. And then we're going to pick at KD when we get bored. And then we're going to praise Steph when it's needed. But that's just the way they lines work.
Man,
right?
when Stephen A made that as a father, I beg you. Like,
well, so that's
when I see you, bro.
Yeah, it is on site at that point.
When
because
I see
it's like, when Bronny goes to the G League and he kills, y'all say nothing. When he comes in and just sits on the bench, then we got to run this headline.
Why he don't play? Why he ain't playing? He's not good.
And then it's like, bro, and if y'all do not shut up about this LeBron versus Jordan debate, nobody cares.
No. Because the LeBron fans are like, Jordan hasn't come close to what he's done.
Yeah.
And the Jordan fans are like, you got finals losses. So it's a no-win.
It's a no-win.
Yeah.
And it's like, why we keep talking about this? Why we keep talking about the Cowboys when they do nothing? And it's like ESPN has sold their soul on doing all this. So when Stephen A. does this, for me, it's like this. Black people have to learn to stop doing what makes Stephen A. Smith famous. So, KD, when he say something crazy, you do got to ignore it. LeBron running up on, if I know good and well, when Stephen A. did that bullshit the next day and was like, I didn't want to have to address this, but it went viral. No, it didn't.
No.
It was just on Twitter.
You could have not said something.
You could have not said something, but you had to.
Because you felt because he felt like that LeBron punked him.
Which he did.
And to a certain extent he did, because LeBron is 6'9", 280.
Yeah.
Right? It's only so much you're going to say to a guy that size.
Man, you keep saying stuff about him, and then you keep saying, y'all got my number. I mean, hit me up if you got a
should have
problem.
said it on my number. You said it on, you said it public. I'm going to address it public.
I'm going to find you.
I am not mad at LeBron for address. Again, when you sit here and you're like, yo, you're making this kid live out his dream as if he doesn't want to do something. Bronny has played basketball his whole life. Again, the guy has not been a bum, right? Mm-hmm. Amari Bailey played on that same team. Y'all don't talk about Amari Bailey, right? Who actually was a better prospect, has an actual more famous mother. And I think his dad played ball too. Yeah, right? So it's like, but it's like, we don't dislike the Baileys, right? You know who we dislike? The James.
Absolutely.
And that's why y'all take shots at Bronny. Right? When he played in the McDonald's All-American game, he hit 5 threes. He had 15 points. Guy looked like he belonged. At Southern Cal, which is probably not the best team that he should have went to because he was at home. Yeah. He's in LA. He's rich. He got access to everything. Can't really say that, he might have been putting his all in versus if he would have went cross country and had to focus in on basketball every day. And the guy had a cardiac event.
Yeah.
So it's like, bruh, like he's living his best life. If he makes it, cool. If he don't, cool. But y'all don't go in like this about anybody else's kid that's an athlete.
Absolutely. And Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, we didn't need that interview. I watched it. I
did not watch it. Was it dry or
it was a lot of glazing? That's what the new kids say.
It was glazing.
Yeah, they was glazing each other. If y'all don't know what that word is, Urban Dictionary. But they was glazing each other. And you know what? One thing I do give Stephen A. Smith, this is how you got that $100 million. He is very performative. So he's doing the slow talking. He's talking about how, he left ESPN, Skip. They are still telling Stephen A. Smith and Skip tell two very different stories about how Stephen A. Smith got on First Take. Both of them make it seem like the other person called them. And I love yesterday them trying to navigate all right, how are we going to tell this story so the other person don't have to stop the person and say, nope, this is really what happened. But it was a lot of that. They talked about LeBron. They talked about his new deal. They had the Jordan debate again. And, it is what it is. It just sounds like two old people. Now, I will say this. Stephen A. Smith, if you are already in the Hall of Fame, I think it's fair enough that he might make the Hall of Fame somehow. I don't know. I don't know what the requirements is for broadcasters, but you're going to be the GOAT if you get Skip back on ESPN. And if I am Stephen A. Smith, that's my next order of business because Stephen A. Smith made it very clear when Skip left Fox, I spoke to those in charge and he ain't coming here. And I could see, I got him back on here. And I just think it's going to be interesting.
If they had a show together, it might actually be interesting because separate, I care to watch neither one of them.
Neither. I don't watch either one of them. Now, if I am if I'm Shannon and LeBron, 2-on-2 match got to happen. It got to happen. But we'll see, man. NFL trades, what y'all do? Nothing. Sent Debo packing.
Yeah, sent Debo packing. I real talk, man. That last year might be my last year as a Niner fan. Like for real. The whole front office thing, the whole MAGA thing.
Y'all gonna pay homeboy Brock this year, or y'all gonna wait till next year?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. If they do not do the right thing in the draft, I'm done with the Niners. Matter of fact, if Shador goes to Pittsburgh, I'm done with the Niners.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to Pittsburgh.
That'd be. I cannot see Aaron Rodgers working for Mike Tomlin. I cannot see that happening.
Well, it's the only job he gonna get. I don't see nowhere else he gonna work.
I can't see that. Aaron Rodgers needs to go on. Look, man, go on Pat McAfee show every week, man.
Please.
And do that. But no, if Shador goes to Pittsburgh, I'm with the Steelers, bro.
Well, let's just go straight to Shador. I don't like what y'all doing to him, and it's what we do to black people all the time. It's like when black people are just calm, collected, then we're disengaged.
If you're confident, you're arrogant.
Yeah. If you calm, you disengage. If you're not grateful to be here.
Yeah. Y'all gotta stop pretending that the kid can't play football.
Yeah, and let's be honest, and it's something you gotta accept about the young kids, bro. They are very chill.
Yeah.
They not high energy, high strung. A lot of y'all aren't feeding y'all kids over the top sugar shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
no, they want that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my
yes, sir.
God.
That's what they want. And it's like, you're not going to get that from Dion's son.
You're not going to get it from I can see why my parents might have act like that because my grandparents grew up during segregation. Right?
Yeah, right. They was under apartheid where, your life may have depended on, being extra nice.
So you raise kids to be grateful and thankful,
Yes.
right? They raise kids to say, hey, you might go to college, but we, remember you black, so we don't want you to completely F this up.
Yeah.
Cool. Now we 3-4 generations later where these kids now are just like, yo, I can make $100,000 being a gaming kid in high school.
Yeah.
I'm not finna come up there and kiss your ass.
And kiss your ass.
In the admission office.
Yeah. But I mean, what they're doing to Shador is criminal.
Nasty.
So it does look like he's going to drop in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pittsburgh will pick him up. And if he goes to Pittsburgh, I'm done with the Niners. I am with the black and gold. Because Shador's my new guy, right?
Okay.
LeBron was my guy when he came into the league. Shador coming into the NFL, that's about to be my guy, man. Like, I'm rocking with you.
I gotta find me a guy. I gotta find me and pause that. I gotta find somebody. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on Cooper. I like Cooper, but I can't root for no Dookie, man.
Yeah, rooting for Dookies is Kyrie kind of broke the mold. We don't think of him as being a Dookie anymore.
Nah, he
only played there for like 2 games anyway.
And get better. That was tough to watch, man.
Well, yeah.
We are going to miss Kyrie when he retires, but I think the black community is going to be so glad to embrace him.
You know what? I wish we would. We did not put this on the board. We briefly talked about this in group chat. That part of what the NBA problem is that blacks have made more money. They are more middle class. Like the blacks that you want to support your game, to make it cool, black guys. And it's like, if ESPN focused in on the Jalen Brunsons, the Kyrie Irvings, the legacy, grew up upper class or rich, black kids, right? And if you focus in on what these guys do, how they are on the field, how they are, on the court, how they are off the court, right? Like these guys are family guys. These guys are, running businesses. Like if you actually created a reality show around that, or, that's what ESPN is supposed to be, is basically a reality show. Like if you showed us that, we'd be more interested in these guys. Stop showing us the
nigga shit. I
there
mean,
you go.
we being honest.
There you go.
The fact that I think what
you
is
said
it? Jimmy Butler plays dominoes with his dad before every game.
Yeah, he owns coffee shops. Like if you showed us this side of these men, you get our audience really into the sport. We watch it, but we're not fans of it the way we was fans in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Like we was fans early 2000s. People that are Kobe fans, people that was Kobe fans, like anything Kobe did, they were all over it.
We still believe he jumped over that car.
Yeah. Right. So it's like if you showed us that side of the best guys in the league, I don't care about Anthony Edwards, right?
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's the NBA star that's being forced down our throats right now.
And he don't want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, Charlotte, giving y'all a heads up, LaMelo leaving.
Yeah, Melo out.
Oh, sidebar before we get up out of here. CIAA ain't coming back here.
You don't think so?
Nah, I talked to somebody this past weekend who worked with some people on the board.
Yeah.
She said they love Baltimore. She said that shit is over. She said they are doing whatever it takes to keep them up there in Baltimore. And you know what she said? And me and her had this conversation. She said with Baltimore, it's like they're giving them everything to make them be comfortable.
Yeah.
You got to remember, they got a black mayor.
Yeah.
And it's more
black
people up there.
Basically a black city now.
And you got to remember, when you do black people wrong, older black people, money don't fix it.
Yeah.
You got to basically show them that, you're getting done wrong elsewhere and we're going to make it right for you. And Baltimore did that. And it was funny. Me and her had that conversation and I was telling her about when I worked at Marriott and all that shit went down. And she was like, really? She was like, I was staring at that weekend. It was crazy. And she started naming out people that's on the board. I'm like, I don't know who none of these people is, but I've heard of them, whatever. But she was like, she said she really don't think it's coming back. She said Baltimore doing what they supposed to do with black people up there. And I'm like, damn, well, there we go.
I don't know. Still, keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. And if y'all do that, the epicenter got to come back.
Yeah, the epicenter have to come back.
Can you imagine black people in South End?
I don't know. Well, maybe we'll be big enough we could throw an event when they come back.
Maybe. My girl let me outside.
We should do a cigar social.
Might keep wanting to go do cigars.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get the fellas out, man.
I
got to get the older guys out. Like this is my guys. These are going to be the 40s to 54.
We should have a pickup game. My 5 versus your 5. Come on.
A pickup game.
Yeah. We could do 30. We could do.
I don't know. I don't know if I can hoop anymore like that, bro.
We go 30 to 40 versus 40 to 50.
I'm almost 50, man. I am almost. That's what I'm starting telling y'all. Like, I'm almost 50 years old.
We'll set it up, man. We'll set that up. Look, man, what you got planned this weekend?
I can't call it, man. I got kiddo this weekend. Seems like something is going on, but I can't call it right now off the top of my head.
I will be in Vegas this weekend, so if you
That boy
see me,
stay in Vegas.
I might got a family out there.
You might.
I don't, man.
Is this for the event where old dude wife gonna be at?
Mm-hmm.
Are you shooting her?
No, she might slap the shit out of me though. Versus the
go live
emails
while
we
you
got.
out there.
Hey, look,
Go live.
to put in perspective what Mike is getting at, we have spoken about 2 women on this podcast, and they are going to be in the desert this weekend while I'm there. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited. One chick, the dude's wife, I don't think I'm gonna run into her, but the other lady who called and cussed me out, I'm definitely gonna run into her.
Vegas
But
not that big, man.
it's not that big. It's only one street.
Yeah, it's not that big.
You go over too many streets, you in Henderson.
Yeah,
it ain't Vegas no more.
You'll run into somebody in
Hendersonville.
Vegas.
Yeah, and what's funny is like my dad loved to talk trash. He was like, so what you gonna do when you see him? And I told my dad, I said, I still think I'm young. I'm 35, but I still think I'm young. And when it comes to older black women, I let them get their shit off.
Can't say older black women.
Yeah, I just let them get
What
their
age
shit
are we calling older black women? Gavin?
For me,
yes.
as a 35-year-old, if you over 47, you're an older black woman.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
Now, if you anything under 42, I'm not letting you get your shit off. I don't care. But sometimes I have to remind myself I'm not 27 no more.
No, yeah. It takes a while. Like, I still feel like I'm in my 30s. Except when you say play basketball, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I'm golfing.
Like, one of my family members didn't even try to ask me to do something. They kind of told me to do something. I was like, fuck no. Who you talking to? And I had to remind them, like, yo, I'm not a kid anymore. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to older black women, 47 and up, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you get your shit off. So one of the sisters, when I see her, she gonna say whatever, and I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna just shake my head. And I'm gonna remind her that I still don't think she's a photographer, but whatever. And I'm gonna walk off. Now,
everybody got to start somewhere, Gavin.
And yeah, all right. And then
we did miss one thing.
What?
The big Meech, little Meech, 50 thing.
Who you stand with? 50 or Meech?
I hate that that I'm standing on the side with 50.
Oh,
I hate it. I really, because it's like I hate when men are petty. Right.
Yeah, but I look at it and say, yo, 50 stand on this side every time. You stand with my enemy, we're no longer right.
Yeah.
Now
So are we not getting the season?
Never.
We're not gonna figure out what happened to BMF.
Yo,
it's actually a pretty decent story in Atlanta. If you was in Atlanta around that time frame.
I'm going to say this. DOECHII, I feel bad for you. He's the one that plays the guy opposite of Lil Meech.
Maybe he might just do it with DOECHII and just change the story.
He's gonna have to, because it's a great story, and I imagine that.
But it's Meech's story though.
Well, Terry's the other brother, and I'm sure when they was in jail, they sold their rights.
They sold it 100%.
Absolutely.
Then 50 is about to take total creative liberties.
The fact that 50 was like, yo, y'all ran through $5 million.
Yeah, he about to take total creative liberties with this right here.
Like when Meech was telling somebody like, yo, these rappers was coming to see my dad and they didn't give him money. And it's like, that's tough to hear, dog. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what's tough to hear, man. You make that kind of money and you ain't squirrel none away in the Cayman and the Swiss account.
Exactly.
That for me, that's the part that hurts. When I see these guys make hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's like, bro, you ain't drop off $3 million in Switzerland.
Yeah,
just
like, what was you doing?
Like just cash money, just like fly it over there and just be like, hey, just hold on to this just in case something happens.
Like, and I knew something was wrong when I saw that doggone flyer and Jeezy wasn't on it. Something told me something wasn't right.
You know, that was something that I noticed as well, that Jeezy wasn't on it. But I think Jeezy and BMF kind of.
We had to put distance between ourselves.
Yeah, I got to put distance. You know,
you should.
So, but the whole thing of, I was like, when I saw Rick Ross, not seeing Jeezy and seeing Rick Ross, I was just like, ooh,
this is interesting.
This is interesting, right? And I mean, look, I get 50's point of view. I also get guys that trying to get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at that concert, I mean, he probably was at least promised $500,000 for that. Because there was a lot of people on that. You know, on
but
that.
they performing for free. You hoping people come, but I'm looking at it and I'm trying to figure out why Sexy Red performing for Big Meech. She was not even born when he was.
Well, I mean, he to be fair, BMF was it was an up and coming label.
Yeah,
like and like it probably would have been a major label, you know, if all this illegal stuff would happen in the background.
But why is Sexy Red performing for Big Meech? She wasn't born when he was a thing.
That's more than likely someone knows somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and she gonna perform for free. So
she
I
gonna
get
perform
it.
for free.
But this is what happens. Like, y'all do goofy shit. And I ain't talking about Sexy Red. I'm talking about the people putting this concert together. And then when 50 Cent keeps screaming, yo, he cannot go. He has a travel thing. His parole officer is not letting him come around all you rappers. Also, we did not talk about this. Never talk to me about frats and gangs and Lil Baby out here is performing videos in the ops neighborhood and 2 13-year-olds get killed. Y'all got to stop this shit, yo. That pissed me off in the last week.
I'm gonna tell you, like, the community.
What are we doing?
It was, you know, come my homegirl. We always talk about like social stuff, and it was a lot of y'all, and this is your community with me last week. Like I was heated, like,
bro, that pissed me off because it's like, and I don't like the police saying, yo, we need to talk to Lil Baby. He's responsible for this. No, he's not responsible for it. But Lil Baby, you smarter than what your actions.
Yes,
and let me put it like this, and I hate to do this. This at the end of the pod, so y'all checked out, it's cool. Lil Baby label is named after a gang he used to be associated in.
Yeah.
Okay. Stupid move already.
Yep.
Don't name your label after the gang that you used to be a part in.
Good idea.
You do not take that same label and its label mates, and I'm not gonna say who those people are associated to you, and you go to the opposite gang neighborhood to shoot a video. Why are you doing that? And it was sad, and this is not a fair comparison, but we used to criticize why Nipsey was in his own neighborhood, not on no gang shit, but trying to help out. And shout out to what your brother is doing is beautiful. Y'all take it a step further and say, let me go to the ops neighborhood to create a video. And guess what? Retaliation happens because nobody's settling for that. And then they pick up because on wires that they plan on extorting you. And it's just like, it's all bad. And I'm just like, Lil Baby, you got to be smarter than this. Like, you just seen Thug come home. You doing this?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know what our community doing. We need to get need to get the entertainers off, right? Off the Zeus network. Or maybe everybody on Zeus network and then just Zeus network goes somewhere. And then we have to bring in like people that are actually a part of the culture, you know, the suburban. Yeah, because a lot of the kids are growing up suburban. I just give you a hard time, but it's the truth, right? Like it's because that's what you want your community to do. You want people to elevate themselves from a low socioeconomic status to at least a working class socioeconomic status. The middle class is dead. There is no middle class.
It's not.
Right? But at least, you know, to get to this working class status and then from there get people that could actually become wealthy and get rid of this low brow idea, right? Like, so you don't have little babies going into neighborhoods that you own nothing in, right? You own nothing in these neighborhoods. You don't own a building. You don't own a bodega. You don't own a convenience store.
Not even a house.
You don't own, you definitely don't own the housing, right? You don't own a food truck, right? It's like, we got to stop dying for stuff that we're leasing. Like we have to, right? The clothes. As soon as you go to jail, you got to sell all that so you can post bail, hire a lawyer. Like everything is leased in our Instagram lives right now in our communities, and I'm sick of seeing it.
Absolutely, man. And with that, we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.